Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. We're still doing so much of this like pregnancy related, baby related filming in this like spare room because it's just like the landing zone for all of this stuff. So I know this is not like an aesthetically pleasing or even like remotely cute background, but it's just where everything is living right now. And if y'all have seen any of the vlogs, I will link them down below. This room used to literally be an explosion, and it's significantly better. It's extremely organized in here, and there's still stuff, but it's not nowhere near as bad as it was. So if y'all want to see what this room used to look like, it literally looked like Target or Bye Bye Baby just exploded. Excuse my cat. Exploded in here. It's a lot better, and it's a lot more like easy to access things, which is why filming in here is also kind of nice because there's room on the floor for me to sit and I can access everything. So what I'm going to show y'all today is my postpartum kit caddy setup sort of situation. Obviously, well, maybe not obviously if you're just landing on this video, but I am a first-time mom. I am still pregnant, so I've never actually been postpartum before. But I put this together just kind of like based on what I've read and my research, my girlfriends, the people that I know that have been pregnant, and like y'all and some other people I know on Instagram, what has been recommended to me that are like must-haves that you definitely need. Just from like my research, watching things on YouTube and stuff, I feel like I've done a decent amount of research and I've gotten information from like a lot of sources, like actual pregnancy books, and then, you know, anecdotes from people, suggestions from y'all online, blogs, YouTube videos. Like I feel like I've kind of aggregated all of it, and this seems to be like what you should plan to have on hand. So this is what I put together, and I put it in like a cute little box sort of situation so I can dock it up in one of my bathrooms, or it'll just like be easy to move with me if I'm upstairs or downstairs or whatever. So I'm just gonna show y'all based on what I've learned so far what is gonna be in my postpartum kit. Some of the stuff I know you can get from the hospital as well, but I don't know like exactly how much like it's gonna be left over, like how much they'll give you, and if I'm gonna like those products and all that kind of stuff. And I would rather like have this stuff on hand for the second I get home rather than assume I'm gonna get stuff from the hospital and then maybe not get it or not like it or not want it or whatever. I kind of stocked up so I would have everything that I need right away when I get back. I'm gonna share what's in this like caddy here, and then I'm also gonna share with you, I kind of have like a list of stuff that's like not in the caddy but it's still like postpartum must have, again based on what I've heard. Still things that I think you would probably want to get in addition to this stuff, but isn't necessarily like right here in front of me because it wouldn't really make sense to put it in a little caddy. So I'm just gonna give you all the rundown of everything I have here. I'll show it to you. It's just in this kind of like, this is like a drawer organizer, but I actually found it to be like a perfect size for all the things I have in here. I actually kind of pride myself on being very good at like using space very efficiently and kind of like jigsawing stuff together. Like as you can probably tell, I'm like tilting this down and nothing is moving because it's just very efficiently packed. So I'm gonna actually probably flip the camera around so I can just show y'all what this looks like and like exactly how I have it packed and exactly what's in here. And then I'll again list all the other things that I think are going to be important or needed. So if y'all want to see kind of what I think my postpartum like must-haves or like necessities are going to be, then just keep watching. So I guess just a couple things. I'll show you like one or two things that are going to be hard to show you when I flip the camera around. And the first thing, I will link, by the way, everything that I can that's linkable. Quite a bit of this is from Amazon and like Target, so I will definitely link it up for you. But this first item actually came in like this really cute little like rose gold kind of pouch, and this has basically all the ice pack type things that you're gonna need, or I think that I'm going to need postpartum. So it came with two of these little breast sickles, like the little breast ice packs that you can use, you know, when you get engorged, or to help with, you know, if you're just uncomfortable, if you're having mastitis, like things like that. I feel like these, ignore my cat by the way, are just something that I've heard are just good to have on hand. But, and you can get these anywhere. They sell these, like the Lansino brand has these, but what's cute about the ones that come in this like specific set is they all have these little covers that you slip it into, and it's leopard, and I'm just like a sucker for leopard print, and I loved the idea of like having a little case for that. Oh, this one I actually already have in the little case so you can see it. I just like had to see how that looked. Isn't that just so funny? So obviously these will go in the freezer, and then probably this would be more something obviously specifically like nursing related. I guess if you're not planning on nursing, you may or may not need these. You'd still probably get engorged whether you're nursing or not, so this would probably be something everyone would need. And then it also comes with a, call these like a padsicle, but like a perineum ice pack as well. Again, this has the little like case over it. It just comes with the normal gel pack. This one has like the black beads in it. I wonder if you're supposed to freeze it with the sleeve on or not. So I'm not sure about that, but anyway, I just thought this was so cute. So that's what this case comes with. It comes with the 1 padsicle and then the 2 breast sickles, and it does come with like the little pink carrying case. I just like that it's very aesthetic. And then the other padsicles, I actually got these first before I like stumbled upon that that super cute set, but I definitely am keeping both because I think that I'm definitely gonna need more than just like the 1 that comes in here, in case obviously you use it kind of defrost and then you don't have like a backup one in the freezer. I feel like you're gonna need more than 1. So this is like one of the most highly rated ones on Amazon. I swear this has like thousands of reviews, and these are super affordable and they're really simple. They're just like the other one, just little like gel beads, and then this comes with 3 different little just kind of like felt little sleeves that you can slip it in just to kind of like protect it, keep it from getting like super gross. Obviously you can wash all of these too. They'll probably inevitably get a little bit gross. I think you can even heat these up too. Like I think these are hot. Yeah, put in the freezer or you can microwave them. So not that you would necessarily put heat, you know, down there, but after, you know, you don't have a need for these anymore, I feel like you could also use them as double duty as just general ice packs. And you could also use it as a heat pack, kind of a versatile product. Those are the first little down there care items I have to share. And then I'm gonna take you all off of here and flip you around to show you what's in here in just a second. But the other thing that doesn't fit in this kit is, I don't know where this would ever fit. I'm gonna obviously put it in my cabinet. I was recently reading, I've been reading a lot of like pregnancy, labor and delivery, you know, all the like books and things. And it was saying that basically after you know, give birth, you should continue taking your prenatals, but to support breastfeeding in particular, I think having extra calcium and extra vitamin D is really important. And I've been taking vitamin D like in addition to my prenatal for probably years at this point, but I don't take any calcium supplements, and I think it's probably like not a coincidence that this is from Target, that the calcium and vitamin D comes in like a combo supplement like this. I feel like this is probably a pretty common like combo to supplement with. Based on the dosages, I think I would just have to take 2 of these, but this is gigantic. This is 400. And this is like huge. Like this is literally as big as my head, and it's heavy. So I'm kind of excited that it comes in like 1 pill rather than having to take a whole bunch. This is like super handy to have it all together. So that will also be a postpartum new supplement I start taking. So here's a little like aerial view of what this looks like. So these 2 things right here are what I just showed y'all. This is like, this bag's a little decompressed because I took this out just to show y'all. This is the Perry bottle that I grabbed. They obviously have a ton of different brands of these. This one's from Amazon and it has crazy good reviews on Amazon. It's just like this very squishy, like plasticky kind of silicone. Obviously you can see the attachment hose kind of like collapses in for when you're not using it, and then when you do need it, you just pull it all the way out and it stays nice and secure out like this. Obviously like Frida and a bunch of different brands make these, but this one was just so highly reviewed on Amazon, and it's cute. And I love that it comes in a little storage bag. This is where I've been storing it. It seems really nice, and I feel like they do give you one of these at the hospital, but it's not, at least from what I've heard, it's not one of these inverted ones. It's just like a, basically like a straight up squeeze bottle like you would put like salad dressing or something in. So I wanted to grab one of these just for home use in case the hospital one sucks. And then just a bunch more basics here. I will link the like brands or the specific ones because like I said, I got all this from Target. I don't remember the exact brand of these like diapers, but these are basically just the full-on diapers, like the mesh underwear. So they have, you know, basically like built-in pads. I'm pretty sure they're like fairly high-waisted as well and pretty full coverage. So I got a big pack of these. I think they come in like a small medium and then like a medium large kind of size. So I got the small medium, and I obviously haven't tried them on, but I could fit quite a few of them just sort of shoved in here. And then sort of to go along with those, I got a bunch of like the really big, super thick overnight pads. These are from the Always brand, but they come in like a pretty big size pack, and they're definitely really long. They're like extra wide. They have the wings. They're super thick. I mean, as you can tell, I only have 3 here, and they take up like this whole like bag portion of this little caddy because they're just huge. So obviously this is like something you would need to continue to like refill and replace. I also have like a smaller, thinner pad back here as well, just in case. I put kind of a variety of pad sizes. And then I guess I'll just go along the back here, all this stuff I shoved in. These are just some nursing pads, the ones that just kind of unfold. They're the disposable ones for leaking in your bra. So I just have like a handful of these here. Obviously this is also definitely something I have in my nursing caddy, which I will be doing a video on my diaper caddy and my nursing caddy as well. And I do have some reusable nursing pads as well, but this is just some of the Lancino disposable ones just in case I'm like in a pinch. I actually recently recently just picked up some more nipple cream. Again, this is something that I have in my nursing caddy, but I picked up another one. This is definitely something that you would want postpartum for sure, especially obviously if you're breastfeeding. I feel like the nipple issues could kind of pop up at any time and you would need a little bit of relief. So this is by the same brand as those. So I definitely think having lots of like nipple care is going to be important in the postpartum journey. And then lastly, back here I have a couple of like the sample sizes of my stretch mark lotion. I feel like for the belly, it just feels so good having lotion on it. It keeps it from being super itchy. It just makes it feel better. And I feel like postpartum, you know, obviously your belly doesn't shrink back right away. So I feel like just having some of this again, just on hand. Honestly, you can use this anywhere on your body. This would just be something I would feel like I would definitely want to have within arm's reach. And then in terms of like all these little bottles, I have, of course, this is just the Target brand of some stool softener. Definitely not like the most exciting thing, but I've heard it is like 100% a must have. Like, do yourself a favor and just take that. And then I also have some ibuprofen. Again, if you, at least from what I've read, if you don't have like a C-section and you don't need to be on like heavy painkillers, it's usually recommended to be on ibuprofen for the first day or two, just to kind of manage any of the pain that you have associated with any tearing or anything like that. So I thought it would be smart just to have this. Obviously, you know, you don't want to use this unnecessarily or too much, but I thought it would be smart just to have this super handy in case. This seems to be everyone's like a holy grail, this Dermaplast spray. Basically, you just, I think, more or less spray this down there, you know, where your incision or stitches or tear is. And I just heard this is like a huge help. I've never used a product like this like for anything before, but apparently this is just a must have. So I think it's just kind of cooling and like soothing, and then obviously gives you a little bit of extra pain release like on contact. I know that this is like a must have, so I had to grab that. And then I also picked up this bottle of witch hazel. I feel like this is something I'll probably use, you know, even beyond postpartum, but this can definitely help with hemorrhoids, which again, I've heard is definitely something that's kind of hard to avoid in childbirth. So this is something you can just put on like a cotton pad or, you know, something, even a washcloth to kind of soothe any hemorrhoid issues. I think you can also use this on like your tear and stuff like that. As you can see, it helps soothe and relieve like skin irritations, and obviously it's like a cleanser as well. I think this could do kind of double duty on any like tears or incisions, but also the hemorrhoid area. And then, you know, speaking of the hemorrhoids, this is like basically the generic version of the Tux medicated pads, the cooling hemorrhoid relief. So again, these are like witch hazel products that help soothe, it just says irritated areas. This could be something that you could just use like on the go really quick. I kind of just got the witch hazel as a backup. I don't know like how long, I mean, I'm sure, I don't know if I would use 100 pads or not, but I feel like the witch hazel is also like a multi-purpose product as well. So these are all the things in my little caddy. I feel like this is pretty comprehensive. Of course, if you have had a baby before and been postpartum and can think of like anything that I'm missing, like I said, I'm gonna list a couple other things that I have purchased, but if you think anything is missing from this, definitely let me know. I'm hoping that this is fairly inclusive of the must-haves. Thinking this will be something that I just kind of like plop in a bathroom, and it's kind of just like my go-to one-stop shop for everything I need. So like I was saying, if you like missed any of that, or I like went too fast, or which I doubt because I usually just linger, I will list all those products and like link them. You should be able to get all of this online on Target, or honestly like even Amazon, Walmart, whatever. So I'll list all the stuff down below. So if y'all just need kind of like a list of stuff to check out or look into, I will have all of that linked for you. And then the couple other things that I wanted to just like mention that are not part of this kit is a belly support band, which I know they make like specific postpartum ones, but I think I'm just going to use the one that I've been using during pregnancy. It obviously will fit a little bit differently, like as my belly gets smaller, and it's not like supporting a baby, but it's the same general concept as the postpartum ones, where it just kind of like wraps around you pretty securely with like Velcro and just kind of like sucks you in, holds you in, makes your abs, you know, which have been like torn apart at this point, feel a lot more supported. So that's definitely something that I'm gonna transition from pregnancy to postpartum. Another item just like that that's gonna definitely be useful like right now, but also in postpartum, is compression socks. I've actually read that in one of my books I was reading yesterday, that a lot of times you end up needing the compression socks more postpartum than you even did while you were pregnant, because you can just have a lot of swelling. The concern for blood clots is definitely there postpartum, especially because often postpartum you're not like super, super active because either you just had an incision from a C-section or you just had a vaginal delivery and things are bloody and potentially kind of like cut up and torn up and really uncomfortable. The belly band and the compression socks are definitely gonna stay with me through my 3rd trimester and definitely into like, you know, the 4th trimester. The pregnancy pillow I actually have heard is a really good thing to continue using postpartum as well, for like depending on what kind you have, whether it's like kind of for boob support if you have like the full body ones, because your boobs can just get really heavy and uncomfortable, and again your abs and your belly and just like your whole kind of core section just kind of feels a little bit loose and like weird. It goes from being so hard and big and heavy to kind of like soft and mushy and is trying to shrink back down. So I feel like all those support pillows will also come in really handy postpartum as well. Maternity underwear and like maternity bras, I feel like all like the undergarments are definitely going to transition from pregnancy to postpartum as well. A lot of the underwear that I've like purchased for pregnancy is obviously a little bit bigger, higher waisted, so that, you know, kind of stays up and it's just like a little bit more comfortable. And I feel like obviously postpartum, a lot of times that's kind of all you want, is just like supportive higher waisted stuff, whether you had an incision and you need something to like not rub against it, or if you again just kind of have like the belly situation and it just helps you feel a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more kind of like secure and supported. So that's another thing that's gonna stick with me, as well as the bras. Honestly, a lot of the bras that I bought for like maternity purposes that were just like a bigger size, more comfortable, no wires and stuff like that, are nursing bras, just because I figured out that made more sense to buy bras that are gonna work now and then. So that's another item that's definitely gonna like carry over with me. Obviously my boobs are gonna, at least according to what I've read, they're gonna continue to get bigger even like while pregnant, and then of course once your milk comes in and they get even fuller and kind of more uncomfortable, that's definitely something to take into consideration. Like underwear and bras, you want to have comfortable options. And then also the waistline extenders, those things that you can like put either on your jeans or shorts or whatever, like a button, or just through the belt loops that basically turn your pre-pregnancy jeans into like jeans that fit, like that you don't have to button but they still stay closed. Definitely something I think I'm going to continue to be using. They were obviously, at this point I have more like maternity size stuff, but even in the beginning when like my clothes were still kind of fitting but not fully, the waistband extenders were great. But I think also postpartum, as you kind of go in the opposite direction and, you know, your uterus starts shrinking and your belly starts kind of going back down to its normal size, it will just be like helpful to have maybe some of your pre-pregnancy jeans or even maybe some of your maternity jeans, whatever, that you can like adjust, fit whatever kind of weird in between size you are at the moment. I think that will help make clothes a lot more easy to like style and feel comfortable in. Speaking of bras, actually that's another thing that I haven't been wearing now, but I did purchase is some pumping bras, like hands-free pumping bras. I've heard that those are just kind of a lifesaver because you can just kind of like stick the, is it the phalange, like whatever that, I don't know, I don't even have my breast pump yet. I did order it though, so once that comes in I'm gonna do my like nursing caddy video. But they have it where like basically you could just shove that plastic like round portion in and it'll just like stay up by itself, rather than you having to like sit there with 2 hands and like hold these things onto you, unless you have obviously like the LV or something that sticks in your bra. So in addition to like a nursing friendly bra, a hands-free pumping bra would be really great to have. I'll actually link below the 2 that I got. I got a set of 2 off Amazon, and they actually came with reusable nursing pads, which I think is great because I was gonna buy those, but like it just came with it. And it also came with bra like waistband extenders. I didn't even realize it came with all these bonus things, and they were also super affordable and like well reviewed. So they're like probably one of the best purchases I've made in terms of like bang for your buck. And then the very last thing which I have, it's gonna kind of go in the like hospital bag sort of, but it's one of those, I'll link it, I got it from Target. It's basically like a bed pad, more or less. It's like a waterproof liner that you can put on your bed that I think will mostly be good like pregnancy wise, slash like potentially if like your water breaks or anything, like you go into labor at night and you just have either, you know, water or blood or anything that starts going on, it will protect your mattress fluids or whatever goes on. Again, I haven't been through labor, but I feel like that could be a handy thing just to like protect sheets and seats and stuff like that. And I also think postpartum, again, because you are just gonna be like bleeding for like weeks at a time and, you know, whatever other stuff is going on down there, I feel like that could be a handy thing just to have like under your sheet, under your like between your top sheet and your mattress, or maybe even to just lay on it if you want to protect your sheets, just in case it gets kind of like messy and gross in the middle of the night. And obviously you're probably getting up and sitting back down getting the baby, so in case anything kind of slips out of place or your diaper leaks, or I know this is all very gross to think about, but it's also important to think about in case you want to like get ahead of it and have things to kind of like make things more comfortable, easier to clean up. And then of course, like I kind of already mentioned, your prenatal vitamins. They do make like postnatal vitamins. But I think those are just a gimmick. Like even my doctor said, like just keep taking your prenatals. Postnatals, it seems to me like they're very similar as prenatals with like a couple extra things. They're like 3-4 times the price of a prenatal, so I don't think those are real according to my doctor and according to like what I've read online as well. Just in general, as part of the recovery, you should continue taking your prenatal, but that's definitely something I'm going to continue to take, and probably something that would be smart to have in your little postpartum arsenal as well. So that is everything that I wanted to show y'all and to mention. I really just can't help but like get over the aesthetic of this. Like I feel like just the way that this is like packaged and displayed, it's just so like aesthetically pleasing how it's all set up, and I just feel good knowing like not only that I have everything that I'm gonna need, but it's all in one place. It's like a one-stop shop, which I feel like is why this is such a handy like idea. I didn't come up with this idea, obviously. Then you can just know if you're in a pinch for something, you're obviously so probably sleep deprived and exhausted and irritable, and like the last thing you want to do is be trying to search in your cabinet for like the ibuprofen or the stool softener. I feel like the last thing you want to do in the middle of the night, or just like when you're so over it, is be searching around the house, running upstairs all over the place looking for a pad, when you can just like know, okay, everything that I'm gonna need is right here. And that's just like one less thing to stress about and one less thing to worry about. So I really hope this was helpful. Like I said, I don't have like experience necessarily in this department, but I have done a ton of research, and so maybe this can kind of help save you guys some research and give you some ideas of what to have, or just some specific products if you're looking for different brands or different items, where to get them. I will have them all linked down below for y'all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. If you would like to subscribe, we would love to have you. We have so much fun here, and until next time, I will see y'all in our next video. Bye guys.